Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the forecast for the week of October 17th through the 23rd. It is a broad spectrum reading. So it's available to you when you see it, rather than the date that it's created for. But it is the underpinning energy of the week, what we have to look forward to during this coming week, or what we need to be aware of, what we might be experiencing. Some of you might experience all of this stuff. Some of you might experience only some of this. It really depends. Take what you need and leave the rest. Please check out the drop-down menu on any of my daily videos. There will be some changes going forward. I'm not exactly sure how. I think yesterday I was sort of having a little bit of I don't know, remorse around missing the day previous. I've also missed the last two Sunday charming events just due to the fact that Saturdays and Sundays have been my only days off, and I've been really trying to take that time for myself. And I'm finding that that's also the only days that I have time to do private readings. So there may be some adjustments going forward with the channel. I'm not exactly sure how. I'm working on ideas. I will let you guys know in the Facebook group. For those of you that are regular viewers, I'll probably even take input and suggestions. So don't, I kind of said like I might give up the channel, blah, blah, blah. And I think that, the channel may change with frequency or how the videos are put up, or maybe the timing around the videos, making them a little bit more open so that you can utilize them whenever, rather than them being set for, like, say, a specific day or a week. And that way, I'm going to maybe be doing them when I'm more inspired to do them, or when I have time and I feel in the best sort of space to be doing them. Because right now I'm kind of feeling pulled in a bunch of different directions. Alright, so I just had a promotion at work, and that's created more responsibility and more, I don't know, my focus is definitely shifting towards this job. So, and I don't know that it's a bad thing, it's just it is what it is right now for what I need financially. So, let's get into these cards and see what's going on and see where we're at. I was hoping this channel was going to be my financial means, but it has not turned out to be the case, so I'm not sure what I need to be doing, or if anything at all. So, you know how it is. Pivot, pivot, they say. Alright, so for the beginning of the week, we have the Knight of Swords. Thinking about things analytically. Maybe rushing in too quickly. Maybe jumping to conclusions mentally. Knight of Swords, knights to me are always about loyalty, service, doing the right things for the right reasons. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be about maybe being a little impulsive and not thinking things completely all the way through before making a major adjustment, right? So keeping that in mind, we do want to be careful, jumping to conclusions in the beginning of the week around any sort of situations or people we might be dealing with. We will be using a more of an analytical nature, ideally with this Knight of Swords being present, and our intentions will be good, let's say that. But be mindful of the fact that if we're in sort of like stormy situations, right? Because all of those waves to me appear sort of, a little bit turbulent. If we find ourselves in situations that aren't the most comfortable or the most easy to deal with, let's remember that we are a fish here, right? This Knight of Swords is being represented as a fish. He can move through this water. He can move through this storm. He can move through all of this. But there is this part where you want to make sure that you're making the best, most informed decision, rather than, one from a place of like sort of clarity, rather than one of like, impulse, right? Or, and that might be, something I can use in my life. The star to me feels like the clarity, right? The moon to me is the intuition, right? So we listen to those things, but we look for the clearest answer, and then we follow that star, or we follow that sort of goal, right? And even if the tides feel like they're turned against us, we hold on and we keep working towards it. A knight is going to have that sort of resolve. He's going to have that dedication. He's going to have that like willingness to serve. All of that sort of stuff is going on within the knights, as far as I'm concerned, as the court cards suggest. Knight of Swords could be something as simple for each and every one of you who's dealing with an air sign this week that could be significant in the early part of your week. That would be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. You could find somebody assisting you or giving you insight, coming into your rescue, right, in the early part of this week, where you may need that. Or you might need to go in and offer suggestion or help or assistance to somebody of one of those three air signs. So, and that's just a more practical, like, reading of this card. But ultimately, if we are the energy of the Knight of Swords, we want to, think swiftly, act swiftly, but make sure we've thought everything through, right? Especially around situations that might feel more volatile or a little bit more struggle bus, because those waves are definitely pulling my attention, which says to me that things might not be so smooth in the early part of the week. It's not that it's not anything we can't handle. It's just we need to make sure that we maneuver it successfully, and to do so, listening to our intuition, looking for the clearest, maybe most logical answer is going to be key for us to be able to move forward with success and actually like achieve whatever it is that we're seeking or looking for. Now let's look here to Four of Wands. I will take it. What a lovely Four of Wands card. I love that. I'm not sure what birds these are. I don't know if these are minor birds. I don't think that they are. They kind of remind me of minor birds, those birds that kind of mimic and sing. But I love that they're happy here. The Four of Wands is a very like sort of pleasurable card, celebratory in a way, oftentimes depicted by a marriage. This could be the soulmate card too. You see the 1111 with the Four Wands on either side of the card. There is a spiritual nature to it, obviously, because it is the Wands suit. It is that fire energy. It is about making decisions, going after what it is that we desire at a deeper soul level. This could be another person. This could be a situation. I like how the moon that is only slivered in the in the Knight of Swords is now full in the Four of sorry, so scattered lately. It's just this job is now full in the Four of Wands, right? So we're now listening more deeply to our intuition, I want to say, by midweek. We're going after the things that bring us pleasure, happiness, that make us want to sing like these two little happy birds. Maybe there's opportunities to spend time with loved ones or people that we care about and really relish that, people we feel connected to on a more soul-based level, and the appreciation of them, right? Even the colors in this card make me feel warmth, harmony, bliss in a way, blessings, all the pinks and golds, and it's really a lovely card. I love the art that she did with this card. It's a beautiful Four of Wands. Connecting to those things, focusing on those things, making those things your sort of primary source in the midweek is only going to benefit you. So go with it, right? Any sort of work or decisions that you've made, even if they're in a little bit of impulse, those decisions will bring you hopefully to this place in the midweek where you're able to appreciate and celebrate, herald even whatever the achievements are that you've made this week. Now, for the end of the week, we have, boom, let's take it. Hey, Ten of Cups. Everything looks like it might be falling together, people. It's a lovely Ten of Cups. It's quite busy, to be honest. I'm going to have to call MJ about this. I'm just kidding. Every animal is represented here. They're all ready to party, get down, enjoy. This is sort of, to me, all's well that ends well, right? Everybody's lined up. Things are coming, feeling complete and whole, certainly emotionally, because this is the Cups genre. This is the water sign. I love that star that we see in the Knight of Swords, maybe that clarity that we were looking for in the beginning of the week. It appears to be hovering right over this 10th and final cup right here. Do you see that? So in making that our focus, we've actually brought about some sort of shift, change, harmony within our life, within our situations, within our relationships that can be definitely quantified, like obvious to me. The Ten of Cups is not going to be some sort of subtle oh, this feels kind of okay. No, this is going to be like, okay, all is right in the world, not only for me, but for all of those that I love too. So kudos to whoever, this reading may be for, or for those of you that go through this week and really do the work. Focus on the positive. Listen to your spirit. Listen to your intuition. Seek out that clarity. Take action. The Knight of Swords is definitely an action card, even though he is more the thought mental realm. He's always sort of like the guy that will jump out first and get it done. And then when we see the action of the Four of Wands in the middle, Wands to me always represents taking that action towards what it is that we desire and the benefits of that. But then also the celebratory nature of that Four of Wands also includes others. And so by week's end, those others that we've included or that we've focused on it really starts to pay off, show. Um, uh, we all can sort of appreciate it at that point, right? With this Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is kind of like the happy endings card. Everybody's at the party, right? Everybody gets to enjoy and feel the wealth of that. So each one of you, this wealth is going to take a different form, right? It's going to be, it could be at work, it could be in your love life, it could be in your friendship, but whatever it is, it feels like this is going to be a very good week for us. So let's excel, let's get out there, let's be seen, let's show our loyal natures and our logical minds and our truer souls and our spiritual desires in the midweek to understand that it all kind of lines up and feels right and good, and everybody can appreciate it and the benefit of it by week's end. Now let's see what the lovely literary witches have to say to us. Oh, we have our friend Toad back. Again, taking a situation to me that doesn't necessarily feel as though it's a great situation and turning it into something wonderful. That storm that we see, that sturgeon or whatever fish this is in the Knight of Swords, whenever we're navigating in the midweek, in the beginning of the week, we find our way out of quite quickly, it looks like. To me, not only is Toad like, the fairy tales of kissing the toad and the prince arrives, right? But there's also the giant leaps that Toad can take to get himself to move forward. And I feel like there are giant leaps in either perception, action, thought that are going to move us forward in ways that should be profound, and we should be able to feel at ease by week's end, that everything's in its right place, that things have aligned up nicely for not only ourselves, but our loved ones and those that we care about. So be happy and excited about that. Toad has that aspect of magic to it too, that witchcrafty and sort of, eye of newt, wart of toad, right? So there's a little bit of belief or magic that's in there that we also want to kind of tap into, bring into, even though we're working with our logic and maybe fighting against something at the beginning of the week. As we bring more and more of that magic in, we start to see it manifest not only spiritually but also emotionally, and it really starts to prove itself and show itself to ourselves and everybody else. Now, here is the stone for the entire week, and I love this because it's on malachite, which associates with that fourth chakra, which is the heart, guys. So we're talking about feeling good by that week's end with that Ten of Cups. Even that Four of Wands is a very feel-good, celebratory, joyous card. There's a lot of love in the Four of Wands, right? There's a lot of bonding at a spiritual level in the Four of Wands. So, when I talk about bonding at a spiritual level, that can be bonding to those that we love and care about. It can also be bonding to the work that we do, the focus that we keep. If we're bonding to it and loving it and appreciating it at that deeper spiritual level, we bring about the emotional warmth and well-being that Ten of Cups has. The energy here, the energy stone that we should be grounding in this week is what energy is going to create all of this. Our resolve that we have with that Knight of Swords, even in the midst of any sort of, snafus or struggles that we might be facing, as long as we keep, that sort of clear head and moving forward, thinking things through and being dedicated and honorable, we can take these leaps and we can turn situations that don't necessarily look as great as we think they are into treasures. That's my feeling. The green malachite brings us to that place of the heart, to that place of compassion, to that place of, you know, an energy of what is it in my world that I love? What is it in my world that I want to honor? What is it in my world that through that honor and through that love am I going to grow and create more of? Toad will show us how to take leaps and bounds towards that. Does that make sense? I hope that does make sense. I think it does. It's a beautiful week. Be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of your heart this week and allow your heart to kind of lead, is my feeling. You know, in the beginning of the week, use your logic. We've got that Knight of Swords there. But towards the midweek and then week's end, really allow the energy of that fourth chakra to work and guide you. And I also love that that green stone of malachite also takes me to the green of the toad, right? Even though he's not green on the card, but toads are traditionally sort of either a brownish green or green. So it is that healing energy of green. All right, that is your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys this week. Please leave me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, share the video out with your friends, and we'll see how this energy builds this week. Okay, have a wonderful week. It looks like it's going to be, and take care. Bye-bye.